Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Brooklyn Squad, real life drama, real life crimes. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Debbie. Debbie, I appreciate you so much for supporting my channel. I really, really do. You come and you support, and I want to say thank you. Don't forget to share this video also because this video is going to give a lot of deep information. It's going to help you understand a lot of things on what's going on in the community. It's going to help you show why the police don't give a damn about us. Thank you, Debbie. Today I'm excited. I'm happy because the last time I had this gentleman on, I was beat. I was tired. We had a marathon, 24-hour crime marathon, me and my girl Cheryl Nation. And I was doing so much work before that marathon started. When the marathon did start, I looked at high, put it like that. And y'all know I'm in recovery. But I was so tired. And I didn't get to ask him and talk to him and ask him the questions I want and just do what I wanted to do because we had so many family members, so many cases come up. I was doing so much work before that before we had that our little project we did, and I was beat, but this is different. I'm good. um and I'm so excited that he is back because I have been following him, and he is a part of Chicago, and we do know that Chicago, we always got a problem with them, right? Because we have a lot of missing females out there. There's something going on in Chicago, and I heard him say before, but I'm gonna let him tell you. And I do believe it. I do believe him. The fact I believe him because it's still happening. They're still missing, and nothing's being done. If you was here with me on the other live that we just did after I did the Madden Soto's video, which is not much because there's no updates really, so I just had to give you what I had to give you. But I did show you what this gentleman does. And he goes out there and he fights for these families. Okay? He fights for them. So I'm really excited to have him. I'm just really excited to have him. Not everybody could get somebody like everybody could get somebody, right? On a platform, right? But when you could get this man on your platform, baby, it's a blessing. You are, man, just be loud. You say I'm loud, your voice can hear you from Florida. Babe, we can't. I'm doing my interview. I can hear them too good. I don't know why. Oh, okay. But to have this man come up is just really, really good. He's very strong in the community. I'm really, really excited about it. He'll be up here. We're still early, but I told him if he wanted to come up a little early, that's cool. Get your questions together because I got mine. He is an activist. He's an activist in Chicago. And I remember him telling me not too long ago that they arrested him for going out there and fighting for us, fighting for the families. Can you believe that? Fighting to find out why aren't the police helping? Fighting to find out the truth. Where are these girls at? Where's our girls at? Where? Where are they? He's doing the police job and y'all arrest this man. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Hey, Cody's voice. I didn't even see you, babe. I'm sorry. And when I saw that video, I was like, oh, wow. They might drop the charges, I think he said, but I thought that was disgusting. Hey, that you have an activist like him out here fighting for families and for these victims, and you arrest this man because he is fighting out there for them. You guys are sick and you guys are deranged and you guys are cop killers also. If you looked at the last video, if you was in my last live, you saw the Isaac. Isaac was in his bed sleeping. Sleep. God knows what that man was enjoying. He probably just came from work and laid in the pillow and had a nice rest until the police decided to come in there and blow him up in pieces. Unbelievable. I am outraged about that and I am disgusted, and I will be covering that story. I can't believe that I did not see that story before. I can't believe it. That's because I'm covering so many other cases, though. You know what I mean? And cases that already has a lot of that's why I do cover cases, but this cases that don't get the publicity that need to be covered, I also like to cover those. Not just cases that's everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? And I missed this case, but that's okay because I will be covering this. This man was in his bed sleeping, and the police think that they could see. The police think I don't know. They badge and they pew pew guns give them an extra cock because they think they got balls like that. So you could come in somebody's house and pop them in the heart, take them away from their family, their mother, their siblings, their brothers, their sisters. I'm outraged with that. I'm sorry. But I was in here bugging out, and Dave was like, babe, why are you screaming like that? I was like, do you see this video? I can't believe I missed this. I was flipping. He was like, well, then cover the case. I was like, I am. I sent it to Katie. I was like, only reason I didn't even call you Katie, because you said you was at lunch with your friend or something like that. So I was like, or you was driving or something like that. So I was like, I'm not gonna call you, but I was in here bugging out. I'm not even gonna front. I was in here. I was tripping, and I was really bugging. I was yeah, because I can't believe I missed that. But it's all good because I will be covering that. Hold on. Whew. Let me catch my breath. And I'm sure he's going to talk about it because he's fighting for their family so they can get justice. That's the reason I found out about it, because I went on his page and I seen it and I was like, wait, what? What's this? He's fighting for another family to get justice. Day and night, every day. But they want to give him a headache. They want to lock him up. They want to try to stop him from fighting. Hold on, y'all. I was sending him the link where he could just jump on, but I didn't know you have to. You got to install or whatever. I don't know. You have to install that. Really? Damn. I don't. Now you could just go on. So he's gonna have to come on this way, and then I just you know. Sorry, guys. So, Rabbi, let me know if you Rabbi, Raven Michael. Let me know if you're in the comments and just hit that link and you could just come up because the other way wasn't working for him. Oh, and there he goes. Hi.
Am I in? Hello.
How are
I'm
you?
good.
Good afternoon. Wait, hold on. Let me fix this. My little desk, which I use as my pillows.
Oh, got you.
I'm so excited to have you.
Oh, really?
I
Gosh. What
yes,
did I
I
deserve
am.
that?
I am like you don't know like I watch you a lot. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm just really excited. I admire what you do.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
thank you so
really
much.
I really admire what you do.
Thank
The
you.
last time we had you on here, Share Nation did most of the talking because I was so exhausted from all the work that we did during the
Hmm.
marathon, getting it together and all that other stuff before. I was so beat. I couldn't
Hmm.
even function right. So
Right.
um that's another reason why I'm so excited. Like, okay, I get to, have a conversation. I'm not that worn out like I was at the marathon as we was up for hours.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah. That was pretty hard. But who are you? Can you tell everybody who you are?
Sure. Well, my name is Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef. I'm a human rights activist, anti-violence activist here in Chicago. My organization, the umbrella organization, the mother organization is Sukunkai International. Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice is our boots on the ground organization that does the work for the umbrella organization in Chicago. We are, I am, I've been doing this work for, gosh, since I was 20 years old in an organization called Lions of Judah, a organization, a faith organization, and we had like an extension in our group where men go out into the community and do the work in the community, and it's the love of community involvement, engagement, weighed on me and it stayed with me over the years, and I've been very much involved in a lot of the things that have been happening. So I just want to. I've been doing a lot of different things when it comes to activism. My specialty in work I do is missing person, unsolved murders. I work on immigration reform, prison reform, gun violence,
Mhm.
police involved shootings, voters' rights, and things of that sort. So I do a lot of variety of things. I'm part of a large organization, an alliance in Chicago, and a national alliance around the country. So I work a lot of different things in different phases to help assist communities now in a need that needs to be served.
You've been doing this for since 20 years old.
Yes, I gave my all to
It's a
this.
blessing.
It was something about the work and getting involved and not being a part of the just sitting on the sidelines. It really
Mm.
was for me important to be engaged and be a part of the process of seeing things get ushered into fruition. It's very important to be a part of of the planning and the organizing, because how do I know that the person who is making the decisions has me my best interest at heart? So
Mm.
I take that very seriously and being a part of the process of assisting and ensuring a lot of the actions that I do. Actions are actually right now happening that I wasn't able to go to because I'm a little under the weather today, but I want to kind of get healed up a little bit. Well, of course, coming to your uh, action here and be interviewed by you, I was still able to muster up some energy. But for me, it's really about engaging and serving the community and being that outlet for change, for purpose, and to inspire others around the cities, around the states, and around the country in general.
Wow. You didn't answer most of the stuff that I already had down. And one thing.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. um, I heard you say
Mhm.
before. Now, before I say this, when I do a lot of content, right? I
Yes,
always say Chicago, we got a problem.
yes.
Because Chicago, we do got a problem. They're one of the we got a problem other places, but Chicago, we have a problem. Can you tell me why do we have a big problem in Chicago?
Well, that's a broad spectrum. To give me a narrow down for me, what do you want me to target on for you?
Serial killer.
Serial killer. I've been working on unsolved murders for several years. It is to believe that there is a serial killer on the loose in Chicago. I've been on this work, gosh, I cannot remember how long, but it's an extension of the missing person. As you can see, I got two loved ones here that are missing, Kira Coles and
Mm.
Danny King, and who have been missing. Kira has been missing since 2018, and Diamond and King have been missing for 8 years. So uh, it's an extension from that to the serial killing. A lot of times these murders happen, they're found missing first, and then they're killed. So human trafficking, unsolved murders, missing person, I believe, are all linked together in a total big complex thing. But the serial killer goes back from 2001. There were several patterns of murders that happened in Chicago where a lot of these murders come up different ways, but the pattern is the same. For instance, like most of the murders happen, all the murders are where there's asphyxiation or strangling of the victim. It's a female. All the victims are female. There's asphyxiation or strangling. The bodies are burned, and they also are discarded in garbage cans or on abandoned buildings. So I've visited several crime scenes in different places where these murders are taking place over the years to study these forms because each murder is different. It's not the same. For instance, like one may be murdered left in a garbage can, or one in an abandoned building, or one on the street. But the patterns are the same in how these attacks are going come about. The location is very similar. For instance, like these murders are happening on the south side of Chicago and the west side of Chicago. So the selection of area is very significant of where these killings are being chosen. They're not done in like the high rich areas, like up coast, the Gold Coast area where rich white folks live.
Mm-hmm.
These are mostly happening in impoverished and poverty locations, like on the south side and west side of Chicago. Even the person's background is a difference. It's not someone that is very professional or someone that has a good degree. These are streetwalkers. So the selections of these murders are narrowed down even to that type of format. We believe that the reason why these murders are selected that way is because society has already a prejudice against someone that is like a streetwalker, and that they're not looked as valued or have a life or someone that is important. So it don't matter if someone's murdered, I can kill them and no one will give a damn. Well, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, I don't believe in that. That is a soul, as a human being. We,
That's right.
who am I to judge? My faith is what I use as my call of action. It says in the scriptures that there's a supreme judge that judges all. So who am I to judge a victim because of their background and lifestyle they choose? This is still a living soul. It's still a human being that deserves to have the same respect and advocacy as someone of another person. Um, so so we have the style how the murders are done, we have the location, and even the class that is being chosen in these murders. I have some murders that we know are mostly 95% are African American. There may be a couple, maybe 2% of Latino. We have some that are white as well, like maybe two or three. But most predominantly, these are African American women that have been murdered by a serial killer in Chicago. Now, here's the thing: what I believe there is been a stoppage or like a drought in these murders. This is 2024. The last known murder, I believe, happened in 2018. Now, here's the thing when it comes to that. How can I honestly target a year? Well, the pattern is really how we grade these different murders. So when it comes to how the timing of this drought of these murders, we believe that the serial killer is in prison or somewhere incarcerated because there's been a drastic drought of these
Mm.
murders not being like back to back to back to back as it once was. So I believe there is a gentleman. Well, I don't call him a gentleman. He's an animal. He's in a prison in Indiana. I forgot his name, but I am working on right now to try to go visit him in prison because of the fact he has confessed of doing a lot of murders in Chicago, unsolved murders of these type of calibers. I believe it's important that we try to find a way to be interviewed by him to see if I can crack some cases and get some of these cases being resolved. Because I said, what I didn't say earlier, a lot of these murders turn 20 years. For instance, like the last 2, 3 years and like 4 years in the future, there'll be a group of 20 of years of murders turning 20 years unsolved. So this year, I believe, will be 33 victims turning 20 years. Last year was like five. So that goes to show how long this has been going on. It shows that the sense of urgency to solve these murders are not getting done. And the fact is, of the time frame of these murders that have been happening. It was just back to back to back to back to back. And so I've been out here advocating for this for a long time. I even stood before political leaders in Chicago, where I challenged the mindset of Mayor Lightfoot and City Council to uh, say to them that there was a budget of $95 million that the city
Mm.
of Chicago appropriated for a new police academy.
I
And
see.
I stood before the mayor and my constituents and the city council and said to them, we're appropriating $95 million into a police academy. We already have a police academy. It's one of
Mm,
the updated state-of-the-art police academy. Knowing that the murders in Chicago are a clearance rate below average, nationally it's 62%. When it comes to Chicago, it's in the low 25, 30%. Knowing that is the case, that the state police forensic lab don't have the technology, nor the manpower, nor the resources, it would make more sense to bring those monies and appropriate it in where we can solve these murders in Chicago. They're
mhm.
sitting on the shelf, collecting dust, and not getting accounted for who is responsible. Um, it was advocacy and idea. It was not honored and respected at all. So that's the logistics of the unsolved murders in Chicago. And if you need a question, I can answer that for you.
Do you so you're saying that there is someone that has said, "Listen, I have taken place in some of these unsolved murders."
Yes, I believe there is. Uh,
Wow.
the, the thing is I can't say 100% there's one person. It could be several killers that
Right.
that are doing this. But this person, what I call, is invisible to me. I don't have an image. I don't have a gender. I don't
Right.
have a nationality. I don't have if this is white, black, anything. All I know is I have a blank face with an image. And as you see in my Facebook page, or even my website, which is called www.whokilledourgirls.com, you see an image of an outskirt of a person that's framed, but a face is blank. And
Mm,
I've chose that face there because that's what I see when I do this work. I don't know who's responsible. I don't know who this person is or when they're going to strike. All I know is that we have these bodies that are popping up like sardines and
yeah.
are stacked up like in nothing, and no one is doing anything about it. So that's what we have at this point when it comes to this.
Why do you think the police is not doing anything?
I get that question a lot. Why the police is not involved? I can give you a good example. When I've been very active of going public with it on the news, on Fox News, Fox 32 News in Chicago. Former Superintendent Eddie Johnson was asked a question. He asked about the serial killer in Chicago, and do you have any concern about the serial killer in Chicago? And you know what he did that really put a damper in my advocacy over the years? Former Superintendent Eddie Johnson comes out and says, if there be a serial killer in Chicago, you be the first one to know. So he changed the narrative by giving a sarcastic response to a reporter that this is not really truly an interest or my concern. And
Right.
if there is a concern, I'll let you know about it. So the
Wow.
years of dedication and sacrifice of getting these streets, trying to do studies of my own, try to get experts involved, do all of that work, and then you have one individual doesn't believe it. But at the same time, we have all these bodies that are popping up out of nowhere. Um,
Exactly.
so so it's to me to deflect. It's the deflected campaign. It's a way of not wanting to be involved and getting putting appropriations to bringing these closures of cases that are backlogged in Chicago. It is because of the fact these are places in low impoverished areas that there's not a sense of urgency or lack of concern for these ladies that have been murdered. But however, when you look at white neighborhoods, for example, like when Gabby Petito was found missing, I have to use that as an example. God bless her family, that the agencies and national coverage brought closer to that family. But it's not the case when it comes to black and brown communities. That these ladies who are looked at impoverished, looked as to be um, someone that's of not of value, someone individuals that is looked as to be marked and to be marginalized. They don't get the coverage and they don't get the sense of urgency. They don't get the police to really go hard and try to find who is responsible for these murders. So I have to work overtime to get out in these streets and to show up and do activist work, protest to make this happen. And if I stop, if I don't do this work, it doesn't get done. But I can tell you there is other things I've been doing to try to find ways to keep it going because again, I'm older and the fact
Mhm.
is no one knows at the end of days. I just don't want this work to end with if something happens to me. So I'm trying to find ways to hopefully there's another person that's out there will like to take this on and it can be
Mm.
cemented as for the next generation to find a way to continue to find answers for what happened to these families. I can tell you that the victims had contacted me of family members because of my campaigns I've been doing, because of my active website that's out there. Families who believe they are part of a family member that have been murdered by this serial killer. They have reached out to me, and at this point, I'm trying to get them to find the courage and the strength to come forward. But that is in itself a challenge because when they know their loved one has been murdered that way, it really puts someone or a family in a sense of, hey, I don't want to be a target. If I come out, I don't know if they'll come after me. So I get those type of fears when it happens like that. But I do get families that have come out. But long story to your answer, I kind of drifted off a little bit, but
No, you
the,
good. You good.
the law enforcement agencies are not truly involved. I went to the FBI, did an action at the FBI. I did an action at the state police. I did an action at Chicago police, and to no avail have there been any bit of any conversation of anything moving forward. I don't know what is the status right now. If there is an active investigation, that I would not know. But all I can tell you is that these murders have not been given any closure or even the coverage as it just deserves. We spend more of our time promoting NASCAR, promoting promoting the DNC that will be coming here in Chicago this summer. We're promoting so many things that does not have any value or any impact, but the safety of public people in here in Chicago is is at an all-time low. Those are what the Chicago's of the world. Those are what the city folks here are more focused on to bring more tourist attraction, to bring more money to the city, but avoid the issues of these things that just sits on the shelf collecting dust and not getting any sort of recognition at all.
I have been covering a lot of content, right?
Hmm.
Because I do true crime, right?
Uh-huh.
And lately, I hate to say it, but it feels like there's a hate train against our babies.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is going on?
Are you speaking about the gun violence or are you speaking about
Mothers killing their children.
uh you know, we have a we have a we have a problem in our community when it comes to what is our role and how do we treat ourselves in the utmost respect.
Mm.
Um, the lack of respect of self, I believe, is learned. Unfortunately, it's not learned from someone of a parent, but it's embedded in a deep-rooted hatred of not loving self. And it has somehow gone through our DNA, and we're wired in this way mentally and physically and emotionally. And I believe that is where most of our destruction comes at. When we can destroy ourselves, when a young man or young woman can grab a gun and shoot another person that looks like them, That's self-hate.
That's right.
That is not no love for that person, not just say any person, but someone that looks like you, that has struggled like you,
That's
and
right.
as marginalized and targeted, and in the same boat. It goes back to where, if we recall, when we were on the plantation. When we were on the plantation, I remember Malcolm said in the speech about the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro wants to find a way to appeal to boss. He'll do whatever he can to make boss happy, but disregard the field Negro who's looking in through the window watching the house Negro sit at the table with boss, but still being disrespected. Still being disrespected. I believe those times we have never ever truly healed. It becomes now psychological impairment. That's what I call that in diagnose, because my background is psychology.
Mm.
If we are
Oh,
psychologically impaired, we don't know we are murdering ourselves and don't even care we murder each other. We don't even care or understand that we're murdering our own children that's supposed to be the legacy and the continuation of our name. We truly don't get it that when I destroy self, I destroy a world. You see what I'm
mm.
saying?
Yeah.
It's become more of a spiritual damnation of destroying self and destroying your own family. Um, I covered many cases like that when you see children in homes, and then you got children in the home, and you have adults that are in a home, and does not even they don't even understand that if I have a gun in a home, that will be responsible enough to lock the gun up so it won't my children don't
Right.
get it.
Right.
That's psychological impairment. We don't know, if I leave my gun out, that my child is possible can be curious enough, because as a major in psychology and child development, that child is curious. He doesn't want to know about. He doesn't want to look at the toys. He sees that object that does not look very familiar. So
Mm.
his and her mindset is to explore, to find out how it works. And then that child puts that gun to his head and bang. You see what I'm saying? We are suffering from psychological impairment. We don't know and comprehend that we're doing these things to self. And so when it comes to our children being murdered, when it comes to our uh, gun violence, when it comes to carjacking ourselves in here in Chicago or around the country, when it comes to a young man, a black owned business in Chicago is burglarized by his own kind, knowing he does not
Mm.
have any bit of endowment to bounce back quick enough to replace what's been done and done.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? We're suffering from psychological impairment. That's what it is. So once we truly as a community be honest with ourselves and say to ourselves that we have a psychological destruction going on in our mind. And I remember when I was married, I had this picture. I had this picture that I bought. It was like a flea market, but it was so powerful and true about what's happening to our community. It had the man so muscular, he was so strong, he was ripped. He was ripped. And you know what was really the structure of that picture? He had chains on his wrist, he had chains
Mm.
on his neck, he had chains on his legs, his torso, and everything. But you one thing he didn't have the chain on? His mind. And it had a key on his mind. That's the key. The key is the mind. Once the mind makes up itself that I'm not going to destroy my own kind, then those chains break. It's not because he's strong. It's because the mind is what causes what we've seen today in the mass destruction of our people. I have to get out here and beg people to stand up for missing persons.
Wow.
I have to beg people to
Wow.
stand up for unsolved murders of Black women. I
Mm,
have to
mm,
beg people. I have to beg people. But if I bring a rapper who's famous into Chicago, everybody's coming.
yeah.
Everybody's coming.
Yep.
Everybody's coming. They're gonna stand out there in the middle of the night, get a first in line. They're gonna dress themselves up, prepare themselves to stand before this celebrity that
Yeah.
doesn't even know you or care about you. They just want your
Mm,
money. Just keep it real. They just
yeah.
want your sale. They just want you to promote their name by keep buying their records. But at the same time, I can't even get no one to hold this picture.
Damn.
I can't even get no one to go in a group setting and stand before these political leaders and demand that that the same appropriations that going to Ukraine, to Israel, the same appropriations. We're not getting our reparations to solve these crimes. You
Mm,
don't want to solve the crimes? I'll invest in my own private investigators. But I need this money. But we're not mobilized and organized to demand these demands like this man come out of the country and stand in your backyard and demand $80 billion of your money. And no Black folks is standing up and saying, hey, man, where my money at? Where my reparations at? I got missing persons. I got unsolved murders. I don't have grocery stores in my community. I got to go 18 miles out to go to a grocery store. They have fresh fruit. But when it's in a white folk neighborhood, they got it right down. They can walk down the street to a flea market to get fresh fruit. You get the Save a Lot. You get the Aldi's. You get the fruits, the food that's not even kosher to be consumed. That's why you have blood
mm,
pressure. That's why you have diabetes. That's why you have
mm,
all these ailments, because of the fact we are not psychologically ready. We're impaired.
mm.
We
Kathy said
impaired.
we don't work as a unit, we work individually.
Work individually, and I'm just sad to say that when it comes to our community, we still believe that boss will save us. We
Ooh,
still believe. We still believe if
say that.
boss wanted to save you, he would have been saved you.
Say that.
He would have been rescued you. He would have been giving you what you need. But Malcolm said this lesson to us. And that same message is, is timeless. It says America will never ever give you what you truly need, which is economic development. But he will always give you statues. He will always give you holidays. He will always give you those things. He give that. He know what you truly need and want. So what do we have to do? If I call an action for shut down a Walmart for this missing person to get them to get the police to involve, it won't happen. It won't happen. It
Mm-mm.
won't happen. If I
I
say,
don't know.
okay, the next murder of child in the home, we're going in the streets. It won't happen. It won't happen. So this is why we are still mentally still on the plantation. Mentally still in the plantation because we don't truly understand what freedom is about. Freedom is having the capacity, freedom is having the capacity to understand the circumstances and not be immune to the foolishness that the society calls upon you.
Mm,
That's when you're free. When you are recognized and woke and don't go asleep, knowing
mm,
that this missing person is out there and we got to get out in the streets. That's being woke. That's being a soldier in our communities and standing up for this loved one. Because I guarantee you, she's still alive 8 years. I got arrested. Let me tell you how sleek we are. I held that sign. I held
Sure.
this sign in Gary municipality for a board meeting. Do you
Mm.
know they came and attacked me
Yep.
instead of
Sure
they
did.
attacked me for holding that sign?
I seen it. I was
They
sharing it
attacked
with them.
me. They arrested me for
Mm,
holding the sign.
mm.
And everyone on that board was black. Black.
Woo!
You talk about psychological impairment?
Mm, mm, mm,
It's on steroids. It's
mm,
on steroids. I'm
mm.
being the one targeted. I'm the one I got to go to court on the 13th next week for this. I got to take off of work 3 times for this. And guess
Mm.
what? It's a black judge, it's a black bailiff, it's a black clerk, it's a black audience, and they know what I'm coming in for this girl that been missing for 8 years. Do you think they even said to me, "Hey, Rabbi, we know why you came up. We're gonna throw this off the books and cancel these cases. We're not gonna inconvenience you." No, they want my money. They want to fine me. They want to take. They will put me in jail to stop me from doing my work. So, because they choose not to do the work, they choose not to get the
Right.
search party. They choose not to find out what happened to Diamond and King.
Mm,
You
mm,
see what I'm
mm.
saying? So it's deep. It's deep. It not only goes from our community, it goes from when we're sitting in these positions of law enforcement, even going further in the city council, even to the mayoral levels. No one gives a damn what happens to us.
Sure don't.
It's truly a psychological impairment issue in our community.
I just found out on your page about Isaac. I was furious.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm
That
definitely gonna cover that on this page. But can you? I showed them a little bit of it before you got here on my
yeah.
other live before I did this one. Can you please talk about that? That shit.
Okay.
That. Ugh.
My gosh, where do I
Woo.
begin? Well, let me tell you this. He was a 30-year-old black man, an unarmed black man, was in his home and he was asleep,
Mm,
minding his own business. Apparently, the ledge is that he had an argument with his girlfriend, and there was some domestic issues going on there, and the police were involved. Moving forward from that, the police did arrive to the location of his apartment, and the police got a key to enter to the residence without anyone knowing. Okay,
mm,
they entered the apartment. They did announce themselves on the body cam. They turn a corner, they go in, they turn a left real quick. It was 6 officers that went in. They had guns drawn. Every last one of them had guns drawn. One officer had a taser, and one officer had a shield. So they went in there to kill. They went to that apartment. They went down the hallway, and they kicked the door in and shot him cold blood while he was sleeping. And that's the facts.
in
Now
his home.
here's the thing that I need to tell your viewers of why this is so important. Why is this rabbi's initiative? Why is it we should be angry? Because of the fact that the Carroll Street Police showed this video to the family, the unedited version. The unedited version showed Isaac was in the bed sleep.
Mm,
He was in the bed sleep. And when Isaac was in the bed sleep, the video that they sent out to the family and to the public, it showed none of that he was in the bed. All it showed was they going down the hallway, kick the door, and then you see the shield for a good 5, 10 seconds,
mm,
and then you see the officer put his shield down, start doing life saving not even that quickly. Actually, then they tased
mm,
him. Then they tased him. Well, that's the sequence. They shot him, tased him, put his hands behind his back, cuffed him, turned him over, talked to the officer, asked if he's okay, and then started doing life-saving techniques to try to save him. He did not. He would not. He was. He was not going to be able to survive. That was a clear assassination. I said in the press conference. I said in the press conference, the chairman Fred Hampton was assassinated in his home. I said in that press conference that Bolton Jean was assassinated in his home. I said in that press conference that Breonna Taylor was assassinated in her home. Now we add to the list, Isaac Goodlow was murdered in his sleep in his home. And here's the thing what's so significant about this video. The chief of police came out and said, we're going to be transparent. I said, wait a minute. When people try to play on your intelligence, you better be ready to respond, because the system is going to play on your intelligence. They want to, well, as Malcolm said, you've been hoodwinked, you've been bamboozled, you've been led amok. If you're not woke, you just take the first drop of what they say as literal as facts. Not the rabbi. I get their words and I look at what they say and I dissect every bit of their words to deliver a response to what they say. I said transparency is not redacting the video based off what you showed the family. If you're truly about transparency, you will release the names of the officers so that we can vet them and know what their background is of shadiness from other districts, because normally when a police officer does any wrong in another police station, they're fired and they go to another, they hop to another one and get hired on the spot. You see what I'm saying? Right. If it's truly about transparency, we would have all the information. We would got the 911 calls. We would got all those type of things. It would not be a struggle to beg these folks to do what they're doing. We got an action next week at the DuPage County board meeting, and I'm bringing the family, myself. I'm organizing a mass mobilization around this. We're bringing organizations nationally upon this. We have a lot of news to be coming out about the campaigns we're launching. I can't disclose a lot of that now. You will be seeing a lot of this come unfolding as days come upon us. But we're going to be going there because of the fact the DuPage County State's Attorney, Mr. Berlin, who I know very well, talked to him on the phone and everything. I'm going to go there and talk to him and explain, and ask him and request that the public deserves. I shouldn't have to go there and beg. The public deserves free access of unedited video. That's what it should be.
That's right.
It says in this disgusting Constitution, it says that this system, I forgot what verbatim, but pursuit of justice for all. This is not justice for all by having a stumbling block before this family to get over it, to get justice. You're putting a stumbling block so we can't have true transparency. We're standing here going through gauntlets and hurdles to get over why the rules are being changed right in front of us. That's not transparency. Had it been the other way around, had Isaac murdered a cop, let's talk about the other way around, the shoe on the other foot. Had Isaac murdered a cop, you would have saw a video out the day of. You would have saw his face. They blurred the face of the officers in the video. That's not transparency. You would have saw Isaac's face on every major news network instantaneously.
That's right.
You would have saw it.
It's true.
You would have saw it. But again, changing the rules and the narrative so that you try to make that touchdown. They move the goal up further. You can't get that touchdown. That's the
Mm.
system. That's
Yeah.
the system. And you know why they play that game? Because we're not unified. We're not unified. And they get away with these tricks. They get away with these tactics because we as a people are still psychologically impaired. We're impaired. We don't know that our oppressor is working overtime to do whatever it is when it comes to our suffering. Did you hear? Did you see the president of the United States didn't talk about your reparations?
Mm.
He didn't talk about your reparation. He didn't talk about passing the George Floyd bill that would put these officers more in
Mm.
accountability. He didn't talk about any qualified immunity. What happened to this young man that was murdered in his sleep? He didn't talk about taking away their license of where if they murder someone that they will lose their license because of the fact like if you have a accident, your liability go up, right? Your
Right.
liability goes up, right? We pay for that insurance. Take the insurance away. The taxpayers pay. And let them be responsible. So then if they murder someone, then they will be responsible and their premiums go up through the roof. But guess what? We're not organized enough and we're still psychologically impaired of not even have the gall and the courage and the intelligence to say what needs to be said on that level. That's why they get away with murder.
Mm. And you know what? Excuse me. We talk about that a lot too. The cops are the biggest criminals. They come out, they killing, nothing happens to them. They
Nothing.
still have their badge.
Yeah.
They still have their job.
Yep.
They're the biggest dogs.
Yep.
They
With a
still have
bad.
their freaking job.
And here's the thing: how my job as rabbi and as an organizer, I took that video and I dissect that video because I'm gonna find something. And I found a
Mm.
lot of information in that video. I know who shot
Good.
Isaac. I know how many times he shot Isaac. See, they lied to the family, to the public, that Isaac had an object and threw something. That was a lie. He was fast asleep in his bed. How did he throw something and he sleep?
What?
See how they lie? Yeah. They said that the multiple officers shot. That's a lie. That's another lie. The first officer in that video shot once and he shot it twice because the sequence of how they entered the room was the two in the back, three in the back were men. This third person that entered the room was a female officer. She had a gun and her flashlight. The second officer that went in had a taser and his flashlight, and the first officer had his gun and his shield. He shot twice,
Mm-mm.
and they're deliberately keeping that from the public. I figured it out.
Was
I
it? Mm.
figured it out without the original version coming out to the public. And I'm gonna put
Was
that out there.
anybody else in the house with him?
No one was in the house with him. He was by himself. He was in his
So
room.
wait a minute. They said they got a domestic violence
Yes,
call,
yes.
but his partner wasn't there. He was in the
She
house by
wasn't there.
himself.
It's not totally clear where she was. She was not inside the apartment. That is confirmed because the
Right,
video shows that. That
right,
we do know. We
right,
do know that if she was outside, that's what we need the body cam from the officers outside of the residence that did not go in. If she was outside, like standing around, that's the
right.
part of the story we don't know.
Because
But
who
she was
gave the
not no.
key?
The maintenance guy gave the key. And the maintenance guy gave the key to this guy to the police.
Jesus Christ.
So they ultimately went into the room, into the apartment, and murdered Isaac. And they murdered him in cold blood. He was not going to survive. If you look at that video that I put in the chat group, look at their positioning, look at their body posture. He was not going to live. And no matter what, if
Nice.
he put his hands up, he was not going to live. Anybody go in like that, the way they did, they went in there to hunt. And only they were the hunters, and he was a hunter. They did this abuse of power. They say, you know what? He's dead right now. We're going to take the law in our own hand. We're going to eliminate this one. We're going to be the judge, the jury, and executioner. That's what they did. That's what they did. And I want your viewers to understand the severity and the danger of that. They said, we're going to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And they murdered that boy without no regard, reckless, without any consideration that that person had a family, that probably had dreams and aspirations. That didn't matter. They saw, we gonna get us one. We got us one. He out. Look at that video. They went in there with such aggression and without no remorse, or it was so reckless. I mean, they barged in there and they went in that room and started shooting, and then other you see it was just chaotic from other officers trying to dodge. They thought, and then there was a deliberate try to change the narrative on the record. I peeped it. It was deliberately done by the officer's guy in there by saying this question. He said, did you get shot? Was it self-inflicted? He said, no. Why you say that? There's a reason why you say that. It's a reason why these people do what they do. They want to change the narrative and leave a doubt in the mind of the public that will see that video that Isaac possibly had a gun.
Right, exactly. I was going to say, to give
That
them
was the
doubt.
only reason to throw us off, but they could not find a gun. That perimeter, when I got there on the scene, the day it happened, was so wide. I've been to many investigation crime scenes. That crime scene was so wide and broad. The whole building was taped up. There was another department behind the apartment where the shooting occurred. The parking lot was mapped off. There were at least 5 different precincts of different police departments on the scene for that one shooting. They were trying to cook him. They were trying to cook my man. They were trying to cook him. They couldn't find nothing.
Wait, do you have time? I could play the video.
Sure, go ahead, please.
Okay. I played it earlier, my other live, but I want to play it here.
Absolutely, please do.
Okay. Okay. Go on to Facebook, guys, to this page. Okay.
Yep, that's the action I did when I stopped the
Yeah, I
traffic.
saw that. I showed them that.
Yeah, that's the level I gotta take.
Yeah. Let me keep going. Oh, did I miss that? Was it that one?
Keep going up. Keep going up.
No, that's okay. Oh no, it's one more. It's another one. Oh, here it goes. Right here.
Yep.
With the news one, right?
Yeah, you can show that one. Yeah, that's good.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I saw.
For a domestic violence dispute. We do want to warn you, this video may be hard to watch.
For weeks, the family of Isaac Goodloe III had pushed for this footage to be released. The video, blurred and edited by Carroll Stream Police, shows some of what happened February 3rd. It does not show what those first officers saw in the seconds before the shooting. NBC5 has not seen the unedited version, but Goodlow's family says these edited videos are not good enough.
The video that was shown to the public today has been heavily edited. That is not the video that we were first shown. My brother was asleep. The video that they were trying to release to the public has been censored and blurred out, and we do not approve of it at all. We want the officers' names to be put out to the public as well.
In addition to the officers' names, Goodlow's family is also calling for the release of the 911 calls. They filed a federal lawsuit against the village of Carroll Stream and all the officers involved.
Is there another one that you had?
That video you just showed there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the press conference. We did an action there. That was that one that you just passed up. That's on the
Right
street.
there?
Yeah,
This
that's on the
one?
street. Yeah, that's on the street. You go up a
Okay.
little bit more. Go up a little more.
Okay.
This one I addressed the city council.
This one?
Not that one. Go down.
Wait, what is that? Oh, no. No. This
That
one.
one. That one. I think that's the total one. That's not the one I edited.
Is it this one though?
Yeah, it's that, but it's a long one. It's not gonna get to like the bulk, the meat of
Okay.
the other thing.
Okay, let me go down. It's one that I was like, get him. I don't know which one it was, but you had me in my seat. You said something about are you gonna
Oh, that there I did a phone campaign. I kept calling the police station back and forth. That right
this
there.
one?
Yep. Go further.
Okay.
That's another one. That's the actual city council meeting. That right there. Just play that
This one, okay.
Yeah, that's the one that's going
Isaac Goodlow, please stand, please. Greetings to the mayor, city council, citizens of Carroll Stream. My name is Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef, human rights activist and advocate for this family of Isaac Goodlow III, murdered by Carroll Stream police on February 3rd. Mayor, have you seen the video?
No, I have not. To be honest with you, I have not seen it.
Do you know that Carroll Stream police officers made several false statements contrary to what the video revealed? The video will reveal that Isaac was unarmed and he was murdered in his sleep. Are you a father?
Pardon me?
Are you a father?
Yes, I am.
Are you a grandfather?
And great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather. God bless you.
Son, so I understand the pain.
You understand the pain? No, you don't. This family is grieving. You don't understand that pain. Here's what you said again, Mayor. I want our community to know that it's our intention to proceed in a manner that is fully open and transparent. We will be sharing as much information as we can publicly do, including footage from police-worn body cameras and other relevant information. Did I give you the video? That's a lie. That's a lie, Mayor. What is transparency? Transparency is releasing the video. Transparency is releasing the names of the officers and firing the officers that murdered Isaac in his sleep. That's transparency. Transparency is demanding the DOJ, the Department of Justice, to investigate your police department and its practices and procedures. Transparency is about telling the truth and not lying in public to victim shame Isaac that cannot defend himself. As I close, may the family of Isaac Goodlow find strength and comfort from the Lord. May justice prevail and all who are responsible be held accountable in the strictest form of judgment. Amen.
Ooh.
And there was another one I really like. If you scroll up, that was when I did a call of action about the the actual release of the video. I mean, before the video was released. Keep going up.
Right here?
No, the other way.
Oh,
I mean,
this
down.
down. Oh,
Yeah, down.
okay. Well, who's
Keep
this
keep
cop?
going.
Oops.
Nope, can't go down.
Okay, hold on.
Huh, do I have it there? I don't think I have it. But anyway, I was talking about how the city, um, how the police lied to the public, lied to the media. They
Right.
told the media that Isaac do things. They told the media that it was aggressive, tense situation. The only one that was aggressive and brought tense to the situation was the police. Isaac was asleep.
Mm.
How could he be? How could he be in? How could the police be in a tense situation? Who Isaac was asleep. It was a lie.
Right.
It was a lie. It's a blatant lie. So my job as rabbi is to really dissect the information and be aggressive in how I hold these people accountable. And I've been doing just that for sure. That video there is about another murder, someone found in the alley.
Which one? This one?
This one right there. There. Yep,
This
I
one?
did Facebook Live there.
Who was found in the alley?
Someone, a young female was found in the alley, and I was
Oh my
getting on the police about this. And I said, listen, you're not gonna solve this crime. You're not gonna solve it. You're not gonna solve it.
There was one that you was talking to them and you said something and I was in my seat like, oh God. And I have put it on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, I told him
What
that you need to bring in the FBI and CIA.
what you said?
You're not gonna solve it. Yeah, that's what that is. So
I want to play that one. But I
yeah,
don't know. You was talking to I don't you was in a you was in a meeting
uh-huh.
and you had said to them it was about the money.
About the money.
Something about money. I guess that they were supposed to buy probably cameras or something with money or I
Oh
don't
man.
know. It's on my thing, but I'm gonna find it. But I don't know. It was just delivery of speech to them because basically like, what y'all didn't deal with it.
Uh-huh.
Y'all not doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't know. You just had me in my frenzies because I
I'm
was
seeing if I
like,
can put
oh,
something up right now. One of those videos that I was talking about.
Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings to everyone.
Here we
My
go.
name is Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef here on location at 38th and Vernon. Apparently, there was a body found here in this alley here, a black woman here was found in this alley. Apparently, the person was found strangled
oh my goodness.
and murdered.
Mm.
It appears to be where the same results of the patterns of a Chicago serial killer in our community does the same exact thing. A body is discarded, and the body is the person, the victim is strangled and discarded here in these type of situations. So we're here. We'll take a couple pictures just to kind of show what is happening here.
I found it.
Let's put one video up just now on my Facebook page.
I found the video I was talking about.
You did? Okay.
Yep. I said, oh, he done told their behinds. Okay, let me see.
one is that?
I'm gonna show it right now.
Okay. Yeah, I do a lot of videos. I mean, I can't keep
I
up with
was like, ooh.
The next speaker is Mr. Rabbi Michael Ben Yosef.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom Aleichem, peace and blessings to the world, and those who stand in need of prayer. Greetings to Mayor Lightfoot and to the council. Yesterday was the national protest against national violence, police brutality. So that got to take a knee. Mayor Lightfoot, I'm here with regards to the 75 women of color murdered in our community. And I was here before a couple times before you, and I'm coming to you again about this issue. I'm concerned about the public safety of our women and the children. They have to be subject to having someone preying on them, a predator that's in our community. Your budget that you're going to propose today, I want you to recall the $95 million that's available to the police academy that is going to be put together. That money can be used to help and bring forth the justice for the families that are suffering and in grieving. They're grieving right now because they believe that the city is turning their backs on them. You're sitting here right now, Mayor Lightfoot, have a chance to change that, to show them that you care about the 75 women of color and their families that are mourning. Right now, in the Illinois State Police Department, your budget can unlock 6,000 cases that are pending. Your budget can provide the resources and the manpower to bring justice of closure to those backlog cases, to give the professionals and the detectives the tools they need to bring closure to these cases. But I want to ask the question, will you do it? I don't think you will.
Ooh.
Who's here has our parents? I hope everyone's a parent. I'm a parent. If you would sit in the seat of those parents,
facts.
all of you, every last one of you, will be here every weekend at every police station, at every police board meeting, advocating for your loved one. Eddie Johnson, you know that. I'm glad to meet you, sir. I've seen many things about you, but I'm here on the behalf of what you said, sir. There's no evidence of no evidence of murders in our community. But we just saw, sir, where in Riverdale, a murder happened, Rachel Cartledge, body burned and thrown in the garbage can. That is a sign of a serial killer in our community. And until you and Mayor Lightfoot come to terms and serve the community with this, we need you to do that. This is what's happening right now, and we need you all to come to terms with this.
Kathy B says she just sent you a friend request.
Who's this?
Kathy B.
Kathy B? Okay,
Yeah.
let me go back to my Facebook page. Kathy.
That
Mr.
right.
James, amen.
Oh, yeah, Kathy. All right, Kathy.
Why is that? Why is it have to turn it off?
I'm talking to her, sir.
I know.
It's his system. You can talk to him.
Yeah, it's mine.
It has to be turned off because you
Why?
don't have a permit for it.
Where's the permit? Where's the rule? Where's the code that says that?
It's in the village of California.
Yeah, please.
Is it allowed ordinance? Isn't that after 11?
But it's a
No.
shame that
No,
no,
amplifying
you
sound.
guys-
Which you
yeah.
guys can get. You can go to the village and get a permit by all means.
You just don't have a
You just
permit
said
for
it's
it.
closed.
Okay.
It is.
Listen,
So then you're telling us now so we can't use it? What? Because people are actually paying attention? Because people care about my son being dead?
That's why
Because
you
you
guys
don't?
are covering it. Because we were allowed here last week.
Do
with
you?
that one.
you guys are
Do you
allowed
care
here.
that my son's dead?
And they were on megaphones several weeks before.
And who is my beef with? Because I will go there and I will talk to them.
That's all you're talking.
Say it again, please.
They were
Right?
on speakers and microphones
There's a second autopsy,
before.
just like in the case of George Floyd.
Again,
There
you
was
talk
a
to
second autopsy.
again, you talk to the
yelling at this guy's yelling at racial things at our rabbi.
You're letting a child be raped. Oh my daughter's not safe.
And you get turned off for the evening.
How do
You
you
want to
live
get a
with? How
permit?
do you live with
Go
yourself,
ahead and
sir?
get a permit.
How do you live with yourself, sir? You're
Quite
just
fine.
you're
Okay.
fine with the
Is
one,
your
with
sister?
the 1-year-old
Yes, it
getting
is.
raped and
You need to
killed.
get it.
You're fine with that?
Talking to the gentleman.
I don't give a fuck who you're talking
Okay.
to. So that's fine.
Okay.
They're
Needs
going
to be
in
turned
on
off
him.
for the evening.
Okay.
If you want to get a permit, unfortunately, the village of
How
Palatine.
am I get a permit? Exactly. How am I get a permit, sir?
Was it?
How am I get a permit? System
How
closed.
do you get a permit? You go and apply for it at the village.
Really?
Yes.
It's closed, bro.
That's the village of Palatine's over there. This is the police station.
It was closed.
It is.
So we can't
And you don't get a permit in a few minutes either.
Okay, my
It has to go through the
question
channel.
is why was the permit granted now, but they weren't requesting that before for
You
every
haven't
other
been using
protest?
that.
So 12-136, using amplified sound without a permit, okay? And that's under our general local ordinances, okay? So what we're saying is if you guys want to come back with the speaker, by all means, you just have to get a permit. It's a free permit. You just have to go to the village, sign up for a permit, the village gives it to you. You guys can use the speaker. Again, like I said, feel free to protest, feel free to stay here. Just use the megaphone that you have. You can't use amplified sound, okay? Do you have any other questions, sir?
Is that true? You said that it was no problem, right?
Well, I mean, the law is the law. However, they did not have any discrepancy with using any kind of amplified machine in prior protests. I can't say that.
You said the megaphone is fine.
What's
The
up?
So
speakers
we've
are
been
not.
using a microphone, we've been using megaphones, we've been marching in your town, and all of a sudden this isn't okay. Why? Because more people are
Exactly. Continue.
Yes, it is.
It's not this.
If you guys want to continue to protest, yes, we do. No, you know what I would love? I would love for you to do your job, so I don't have to do this. Do you like
You don't want to leave and just
Do you think I like standing out here with a picture of my dead son? No, I don't like it. You don't want to get into it. You never want to get into anything.
We have asked you nicely.
All right? And are we using it, sir? Go away. We're not using it anymore. Go away.
What happened with this
Because
case?
we're not using it. You asked us not
This
to
is.
use it. We're not using it. What is your
I lost contact with the mother, to be honest.
But it's her son.
A couple of years, her son was murdered. The father did some things that were terrible to his own son, and the child ended up dying. And
Jesus.
I did lose contact with their mother. I don't know where she's been or where she's at, but it was not a good thing for what was happening. So we're out there protesting
Yeah.
for the fact of course, the arrest of the father. But I have not heard anything since with that case. You know, sometimes it goes like that. Families don't want to fight anymore.
Yeah. I see it a lot. Yeah.
It gets to be like that sometimes. Yeah.
Her son is dead.
I understand.
Wow. Very sad. How old was the baby? It looked like he was a little baby too.
Yeah, he was like, I think 3 years old, 4 years old, if not that, or younger.
Oh,
You have some sickos out there. So it's the work I do is to help families to try to organize certain things, to put pressure on city systems, and just to be present. You know, they don't like me being out there, as you can see. They'll put their muscle up in front of me, as you saw this officer. But clearly a bystander was like, well, they had other power protests.
Right.
They didn't like me. They didn't look like me. You see what I'm saying? So it's part of the game. It's part of the game. But I play along with the game to make them feel uncomfortable, you know, and a lot of times them feeling uncomfortable is a win. And we do those type of things. So it works that way. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But one thing for sure, I will have never changed what I do or what I've done. I can't say this to your viewers. The biggest and most profound thing of my work is that when I've been interviewed by college students, that's probably the biggest thing ever. I get calls from journalists from DePaul University, from Columbia University, Northwestern, things, those type of places like that. And they call me, and those minds that are trying to get into the work of journalism and to do this work of covering stories. That's the biggest honor when that happens. Out of all of I've done over the years, that's probably the best compliment. That young minds, they are trying to study my work and understand why I did these things, and and uh, and why is it did it change? Because a lot of times you do the work, but has any change occurred? And a lot of times I can't say a lot of changes have not been done. It's a continuum. It's a repetitive. The system don't want to change. It doesn't want to change. It
How do
may
you?
never change. Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said the system does not want to change. It does not want to, as we say as activists, do the work into her world we see it. How do we say it? Our advocacy is to image a world that opposite what we see today. So a world that's without violence, a world that's peaceful, a world that's respected, a world that views everyone in equality, a world that accepts all walks of life, regardless of status, social status, background, national origin, ethnicity, gender. That's why we do as activists. We are what we call the resistance. We're a resistance against the powers that seem to have wants the world to be in a way that's of decay. That does not look at everyone as an equal. That does not look at the world as being apart. That there's only one group that's able to live in the world, and there's others. But we're in this work that we do. We are in the others. And there's a famous scripture I always live by in my work that I do as an activist. And that scripture talks about when Moses instructed Aaron when there was a big, huge plague. The Almighty sent a plague into the community, and because they had sinned terribly. But even while they sinned, Moses still had compassion and the wherewithal to see those people as still human, even while the Almighty put this plague out. So it's like that's a big lesson right there in itself. The Almighty put that plague out, but Moses saw fit to act. And he acted and told Aaron, go in between the living and the dead and pray for them. That's where you find the rabbi. I'm in the trenches between the living and the dead to try to make a difference, to try to advocate, to try to make amends, to try to negotiate, try to be a vessel for change and purpose. And for these families that are grieving, are disbelief and destroyed, and world turned upside down. Even someone that's
That's the
the
truth.
voiceless, the powerless, and the unheard. That's what Moses told Aaron to do. Go in between, don't matter who it is. You get out in the middle of that, being entrenched. So the fight is in the trench. The fight and the war is fought in the trenches. So if you're not able to get dirty in this work, you think you're gonna come in having nice clean clothes and manicured nails and hair all done up, getting out the sun. You go in that trench, you coming out dirty. You're gonna get dirty. You're gonna get some scars. You're not gonna be the same. It's gonna change something about you that you thought you didn't know about yourself. That's the trench. And to live in a trench, you have to value life. You have to be committed to see a purpose change, no matter how long it takes. Being in that trench is not lifestyles and lifestyles of rich and famous. It's a battle. It's a battle in the trench because I'm fighting against the resistance and I'm fighting for who's been abused. That's a spot of neutrality. That's a spot of space of neutrality. And I gotta try to convince the resist to be the resistance to the powers. Hey, change your ways. Hey, don't you think you should care about the poor? Don't you think you have instead of
Right.
having having such having Mr. Reinsdorf go to Springfield and campaign for $1 billion loan to get a baseball field, but take $1 billion and make a community hospital, a mental health hospital. You see what I'm saying? That's being in trenches. That's saying, okay, our values need to be changed. Our priorities are not all in alignment with humanity. It doesn't match with what the people's needs are at this point. Maybe,
Right.
maybe possibly when we get our act together, then we can expand further. Remember, you were younger. Your mother and father said you're not gonna if you don't get A's in class in school, that you're not gonna get that TV that you want. Remember that? I know everybody remember that. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
You don't get rewarded until you do the work.
That's right.
When has America done the
That's
work?
right.
When America done the work? They haven't done the work. They haven't done the work, and they tell us they done the work, and we believe it. We believe they done the work. But when we're still standing here back in my hood, I've seen abandoned buildings. I've seen these places are havens for these ladies are found in abandoned buildings, murdered and beaten and destroyed for eternity. In my hood, that's the trench. That's the
Right.
trench. You see what I'm
Let
saying?
me ask you, how many cases have you found that they've been missing, but it came out a good case, like we found them. They're alive.
I can say my last case just recently, actually a month and a half ago. Jada was missing. Her name was Jada Dortch. She was a 18-year-old child. I believe she was a runaway before. And it was something about her case that resonated within me. And the mother reached out to me through via text message, my instant message. And she said, Rabbi, I need help. My daughter's missing. And
Mm.
this is different this time. She ran away before, but it's different. And when a
Wow.
mother says it's different, they know something's not right. They have this instinct. They have this deep not knowing the unknown, but know it's happening. You see what I'm saying? And that mother reached out to me, crying, feeling desperate, feeling a sense of desperation. And I said, let's go ahead and work together. So I organized a work search party. We walked the streets and everything. And then it was still not, she still was not found. And we thought and believed our boyfriend had something to do with it because he was the last one to seen her alive. And
Jesus.
sure enough, months later, after the police didn't want to get involved, this is why I launched a campaign for let your viewers know I'm launching a campaign with other activists and political leaders to change the system and again another form of reform where we will form a task force here in Chicago to address the missing person and the unsolved murders. But back to that story. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to that. But back to the story. A month later or so, the girl was found, came home, and
Yes.
she was not hurt. She was. It was whatever she did to leave. She left, but it was very scary for that mother, and
Wow.
she was gone longer than the other times. And we
Wow.
thought that something terrible had happened to her. The way she left, the person that we thought she was with, um, and but it ended up turning up good. You know, it was a success story.
Mhm.
So right now, the mother is loving up on her daughter and trying to make her feel comfortable. But I did advise her that she needs help. You know, she needs help um, to put to not look to put yourself in that situation. It could have been a lot different, a lot worse. These streets are not very friendly. to the young ladies. They're not friendly to these young ladies. And the dangers that she could possibly be in could have been the wrong one, the wrong time. And that's why I was saying just now that we're trying to form a group, which we met this week, and myself and other organizations, and actually the superintendent of Chicago Police was on that call, which was very surprising. So that tells me something is optimistic this point. But I'm still pessimistic because of the fact the system does not want to change. We're gonna require monies because of the fact you can't just have an office or a task force without structure. And that is why I said to the alderman that there needs to be structure. There needs to be an elected official assigned to this problem. We got COPA is an agency that investigates police. That's an agency directly responsible for investigating police. We have the FOP, a union for the police. We need to have an elected office for missing person and unsolved murders. Someone that has the understanding, the knowledge, and the concern for these ladies and all that are missing in Chicago.
Yeah.
That it comes with being advocate for state, local, and federal. It also comes with this person being involved, being a liaison to those families to ensure that these cases like Kira Coles or Diamond King don't just get washed in the wind and no one gives a concern until it's time for the anniversary of their birthday. You see what I'm saying? So I'm preparing to do some major change or pushing for major change here in Chicago when it comes to these cases. So and then there should be some form of a memorial for these families so that they have something. You know, we have a memorial for veterans. We have a memorial for all the different things we have, but no memorials for these victims that is suffering of these type of situations. Their names deserve to be cemented in our communities. Their name is not just wiped off out of nowhere, but their names are cemented forever for everyone to appreciate and to memorialize, because indeed their names matter.
I was gonna ask you something too. Oh my god. Oh, sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking, yes. Well, yeah, that's a big deal growing in Chicago, particularly when now we have the migrant situation in Chicago. People are exploiting these migrants who are seeking asylum and to leave their countries where the violence was outrageous, and they so you have these people, these organizations, these pimps are exploiting these people, and we've seen a lot of that happening. Uh, it's been on the news, been some places that have been targeted as confirmed being the place that is of some illegal activity going on in those places. But then you have everyday Chicagoans that resorting to those type of things. So it is happening here in Chicago for sure, and even around the country for that matter.
Yeah. Yanu says she sent you a face request. I mean a Facebook request.
What was this? Let me see. Go to it. Okay, let's see. Facebook.
How do you balance your life and
Oh gosh, is it you knew me? You knew? Is that what it is? The person name?
the person's name? Yeah, you know.
Okay, you knew. Okay.
You know though. You
I'm a
know.
father. Your viewers know. I'm a father. I'm divorced. And yeah, the work is involved. It's intense. It's a lot. I have to show some sort of form of balance as far as trying to be out socially. Um, it's not happening at this point, but I'm definitely a man that believe in balance and not just being all work. But it is a need, you know. So the same amount of
Yeah.
intensity and love for my work is the same love and intensity that I would like for someone I could be home with. But yeah, the balance, it does take a lot. You know, I gotta, I try to work out. I try to do like different things like that. Be with my children, do certain things, and be very, directed towards their needs and things like that, special events, like that. But sometimes sometimes it's really hard when I have like a major something coming up and the sacrifice of my kids and family. They know that dad gotta be out here to take care of business and then go from there. So there's a bit of sacrifice for sure. And but I try to keep a balance in myself. I had a doctor appointment last week and the doctor was like, "All right, you still doing your work?" I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "Well, you gotta watch certain things." So the rabbi got to keep his stamina up, the endurance, the all the different things to keep going. But I can't say I'm in good health. I do know how to take my time and pace myself. I don't try to be like, so like, you gotta take breaks. You can't be like all force, although it may look like that to everyone. All this work I've done. I mean, sometimes I sit back and look at it, like, dang, I did that. Gosh. And I don't really look at it, really. It looks, I just do it. And so it's just not a lot to me. It's just like I gotta get it done. I know if I don't do it, there's a time it's building to something else. They gotta meet with that. So it's like doing parts like you chop a tree down. You don't chop the entire tree down. You chip at it, and then if you can't get the bottom part of it, you go to the next part of it. Try to loosen the
Right.
strength of it like that. So every action I do builds to something else. If that makes sense.
It does.
But then at the same time, I try to keep balance. Yeah.
How do your children feel about the job that you do?
That's a good question. Gosh, that's an excellent question. Uh, they don't. They're very, I would say, opposite of what their dad's like. They're very shy. I'm the outspoken one. I think my daughter, if anyone that I think will have this way of doing things, will be her. She wouldn't do it exactly like I would do, but she would be like kind of like, you know, she would do something, but she won't be like an activist, like me being boots on the ground. She'll find other ways to be assertive in ways to make change. Now, so I'm really kind of
Awesome.
watching her lately. No, yeah.
Awesome. Aw. Take after her daddy.
Ah! Well,
That's awesome.
again, I'm getting older, and I still have the same drive. When I don't have a drive, I know it's time, and it's time for me to step back. But I don't feel that time. I feel it's charged. I feel motivated. I feel encouraged. I feel I can make a difference. And until I
Mhm.
don't feel that no more, then I know it's time. And I have to move on. And like 'cause I've been doing this, like I said, since I was 20, and I don't feel no slowing down. Actually, actually, my
Oh, yeah.
peers in Chicago, they're like, "Dang, how you do all of that? How you do all of that?" It's because I know how to pace myself. I know how to be a strategist in my work. I know how to uh, prioritize certain things. Everything is planned out in my mind. Everything's planned out, and that's what you see in my work that I do. Everything's planned out. To it. Sometimes I made mistakes. I can't say everything planned out correctly. So it's just like anything else. You have to work at it, tweak it, perfect it,
Mhm.
master. And that's just with anything, even doing this.
Well, thank you so much. I know you're not feeling well, and he came here, and I
Yeah,
appreciate it. I don't want to
yeah,
hold you
yeah,
forever.
yeah. I'm a little under the weather, but
Yeah.
when I'm talking about my work, even by being in a state of not being really feeling up healthier at this point, that comes out because this is my work. This is what I do. I can't do
Yeah.
nothing else other than this work. And my boss at my job was like, man, you can go and rebrand yourself and take a big job. Yeah, I can. I'm a degree student. Yeah, I can. But that doesn't motivate me. That doesn't that doesn't motivate me. I mean, I do what motivates me to what I do. And, you do what you love, and when you
Mhm.
love it, you do it the best. I love what I do. I love what I do. And and I hope and pray that the work I've done has made some bit of difference. I can't look at it outside, but people look at what I've done from that point of view. So, it is what it is. But I try to do this. If I was looking at it, how would I want it to be? How would I want that person to be standing in those trenches? How would I want that person to be
Right.
fearless? How would I? So that's what you see the result of that. I
That's
image
right.
myself outside of myself doing it the way it should be. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So
I
that's
definitely understand. Yeah. I be saying the same thing. Like, I love what I do, and I don't mind doing it because,
yeah,
you know what? If, God forbid, if one of my kids were missing,
right.
or one of somebody I know, you know, um, kids were missing, I will hope that they strive to do the same action
Yeah,
and go hard to,
yeah,
or if I was missing,
yeah.
I will hope that somebody go hard to go looking for me.
Absolutely. And I
Cause I
said
don't
that to the
have
officer.
family. So y'all
I,
all I got.
I said that to the officer. I said, I guarantee Diamond, what I got arrested for, will say, Rabbi, keep fighting for me.
Mm,
Get arrested. Do what you need to do to
mm,
bring me home.
that's right.
Bring me home.
That's
These political leaders are sitting on their hands, not doing nothing about it. Do what you got to do. I guarantee you that lady right there, that baby right there will say that. I
right.
bet you Karen Coles, who been missing for 8 years, for 5 years, died in 8 years. Karen Coles about 5 years, 4 years now. I guarantee you, do what you got to do. When you're in a desperate situation, see, we never been in desperate situations.
That's right.
We've never been in a state of where you got no safety and you at the mercy of some predator. You had never
Mm,
experienced that before. But I know for a fact their pain that I feel in my work is what drives me to do more. That's what drives me. That's what gets me out when I feel tired, even when I'm sick, still getting and doing this interview. Because it's an opportunity to tell their story. They can't tell their story right now. So the
that's right.
rabbi got to tell his story. I
Share
got to
that.
tell that story.
Share
Even
that.
while that's the sacrifice. That's the grind. I tell everyone about. This is a grind. This is a grind. There is no day the same. You could be sick, you could be not feeling well, or whatever. The message still got to come through as if it was all the same.
That's
It
right.
got to it got to hit home. You see what I'm
That's right.
saying? So,
I say the
so I
same
just
thing.
I just thank you for this opportunity, for me
Thank
sharing
you.
what I do and these names that needs to be told and that everyone needs to understand why I have this passion, why do I have this fire, and why that we all should care. And because as you said just a minute ago, it could be us.
That's
Thank God it's not us. But if it was us, I would hope someone would want to find me and you. I
right.
hope. But knowing we psychologically impaired now, don't go missing.
For
Don't go.
real.
There's only one. It's only one rabbi. It's only
Whew.
one. It's only one.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one. So look at our probability. Look at our
Yes.
probability. Don't go missing. I tell people don't go missing. First and foremost, law enforcement not gonna put you on nothing. They gonna label you just 24 hours. Those 24 hours are critical. And I said to Superintendent Brown, Superintendent Snelling, on that call, he was with us. I said, Superintendent, and I'll let you go. I said, Superintendent, is the Chicago police still outdated? And they was like, what are you talking about? I mean, when you go down to the police station and report your loved one missing, do you know what they do in that process, how they process? They handwrite stuff. They handwrite it. So in other words, you at the mercy every second that goes by that person writing something out. Could probably have your name misspelled, your last location.
Anything.
You are literally at that person's mercy. And I said, Superintendent, when is Chicago police going to turn from outdated handwriting reports to digital? Where you just type it real quick and it gets out right away.
Right, that's what I thought. Wow.
Right away.
Y'all hear that?
And you gotta worry about that person got a splinter on his hand that he can't hold that pencil right. He may write real slow. That second could be eternity for a child like this to come home.
That's right.
It could be an eternity. And that information didn't go out, and just by how timely that person writing out that report, or maybe he can't read, maybe he forgot his glasses. He gotta go to his purse or go to his locker and get his glasses to write that report. You see what I'm saying?
I thought it was done like
when you go missing, you're at the mercy of people who supposed to find you. And the superintendent said, Rabbi, you are correct. I know I'm correct, damn it. I know I'm correct. So if you know what I'm talking about, why we ain't done it? No change yet.
That's right.
Why do I know this ain't been done? And you, the superintendent, you know it needs to be done. And when it's gonna get done? When is it gonna get done? You see why I'm so upset? Why I go hard? Why this is emergency? This is a 911. This is your 9/11. This has got to be your 9/11. There's got to be a 9/11 in our community. You got to care about your own. Everybody else care about their own. The Asians care about their own. The Hispanics care about their own. Palestinians surely care about their own. You see them out there in the street. Mass mobilization against Israel. That's how it's supposed to be in the Black community.
Yeah. Facts.
So I'm like literally like, man, can we do something about this, bro? And it's not, even after I made that suggestion, it's still not going to get done. Still not going to get done until we get ourselves organized to force reform. So then when someone's missing, they're going to be subjected to that old, stale, stalling data entry type stuff. This can't be no data entry. This got to be Mayday right away, sending out that stuff to NAMUS. Look it up. That's a national organization for missing person. That they when it goes out into digital, it goes out everywhere.
NAMUS, yeah. NAMUS, yeah.
Chicago is outdated. It's outdated to that system. It's living in a Stone Age system to get that information out. And there's a time limit. And it may not even get to it.
I'm working with a mother now, right? Her daughter is 16 years old. Well, a few mothers, but her daughter is 16 years old, right? She decided to run off with this boy. But I think in the beginning, it started like she wanted to go with the boy. But I think that they holding the girl now. I think they actually trafficking the girl, and I'm going to say allegedly, right? But the cop told the mother, oh, yeah, we have her in the database. And when I went to go look, that little girl is not in nameless at all. They're not helping her at all because she's put as a runaway.
And here's the where she was born, that if the name goes in, there should be a confirmation kickback. Now you get a receipt. We can't trust you. I want a receipt that not named loved one has been entered properly.
Right, and she's not even in there.
See?
She
We
said,
got
but
work
the
to do.
detectives told me. I said, I'm looking right at it. She is not in there. So I
See?
had another activist look too, because I thought I was bugging out at first. He said, nope, she's not in there. He
See?
said, but I'll put her in there though.
See?
It's a shame.
We're at the mercy. And here's the thing, a flip side of that too. Like the girl that was said she was missing. What was that one that went everywhere? Uh,
Oh,
those type of situations really bug me
the
and
one who
pisses me
lied?
off. Huh?
The one who lied?
Yeah, the one just recently. That
Carly
pisses me off because there's true cases
Carly Russell.
that go missing and don't get the publicity as what this young lady got.
Right.
And she played everybody and was found. She was not missing, she played.
Played it.
Played.
And that went viral.
Yeah.
Everywhere. They had
So then that's a reflection. It's a reflection on the Black community that we play. That we play with our own lives. That we play. We're not serious about nothing. But what they do and what we do, my teacher told me one time. So Rabbi, when you get out on that street, you got to always remember you're on Front Street.
Woo.
You're on Front Street, Rabbi. I said, what the? He said, I'm gonna tell you what Front Street means. It means you representing us.
Yeah.
You representing the community.
Yeah.
And if you're not representing our community with righteousness and with conviction and with stance and with honor and with morale and ethic, you're not doing nothing on the Front Street. See what I'm saying? So when we do go out and act like we act, we're not acting right in Front Street. And that front, what they do is a reflection of all of us. Because they think we all don't understand. We all want to play. It's a reflection as a community.
That's right.
And it's why we are not respected. We're not going to be respected anyway, but it gives us another level, another year of 20, 30 years of going backwards the opposite way of not getting ourselves in position to succeed and move to the next level. So that just, when we do those dumb things, it hurts us more than we think. It's selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish. It's self-centered, and it makes all of us not look with intelligence. And know how hard our Black sisters gotta look over in abundance of intelligence. It embraces sexist system that don't see our sisters, our Black women, as intelligent as they are. And when our own Black sister does that even makes it even more crazy. I'm not talking about the Black brothers, but even the Black woman is looked as the greatest woman in the world. And when the greatest woman act like that,
yeah, that's bad. Yeah,
it's not for me or the man, but it's even worse with our own Black women doing that.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? The system don't come after us; it comes after our sister. The system is designed to destroy our Black women more than any other people on the planet. And when we do ourselves that way, it really makes it's really terrible. It's really terrible.
It is.
But I don't want to keep going.
You knew said when she does cases, they find safe or not that the police doesn't want to give information. So when she's saying like when she does cases and stuff, because just started back doing missing people cases and stuff like that. So shout out to she says that when she calls the police station, all they want to tell her is, okay, they're safe, but they don't want to give her no other information about that. So she doesn't know really anything about this missing person that she could put out there, or the person that was found safe that she could put out there, but they safe.
Right. Yeah, they're gonna give it. I think we got to probably look away to reform that, but then they can challenge us by saying, "Oh, this is not the family. You're not the family." So
Yeah,
it
they
could
do
be
that
a
a lot.
situation of privacy situations, which I understand that. But at the same time, when you do using nameless, you're not. That's not private. That's public. See what I'm
Right.
saying? It's public. You put it
Right.
on that on that database. All your information is exposed to the public. So you can't run trump card on me when I'm trying to find out the end result of this case, will that person be found safe or not. I can only tell you, what's the name, Miss
You
New,
know.
you know, keep
Mm-hmm.
being aggressive and use their terms against them by saying public database is public. You
Ooh.
put the information out on the news, several different situations. So you can't come to me and tell me that I'm not allowed to know the result of this case because it's already been exposed publicly. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? So
So you know.
you just gotta know how to work them against themselves. See what I'm saying? And be
Yeah.
crafty and go at it. Not let them be to run these terminology phrases on us when we try to get information, because it's the public doesn't need the public deserves to know if we can take this person off our radar to focus on other cases that need our attention as well.
Exactly. Exactly. She says that's why sometimes the police worry about missing. That's why sometimes the police worry about missing people because call wolf. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. I was so excited when you was coming on. This was amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so
So
much.
much
Thank you.
information, so much knowledge. I'm so grateful of the work that you do.
Thank you
I'm
so much,
just like I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you,
man. Well,
thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you so much as
Thank you
well.
so much.
This has
We
been an honor today.
appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know.
I appreciate you for having me. And again, whenever I can have an opportunity to speak on other issues, please invite me back. Uh,
Yes, of
that
course.
I don't mind taking time out to offer my opinion on certain things, to even advance the conversation on a lot of the issues, and also the work I'm working on, because we want to keep things updated and up fresh and let your viewers knowing that the campaigns I launch, I like to see some results done as well. Just can't get some updates on a lot of things I'm working on.
Okay. And I put your link in the chat. So please go check out his Facebook page. Go
Please,
follow him.
yes, please.
Yes. I have
My
put that
organization.
early on before we
Huh?
started. Before we started, I put your link in the chat for everybody.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Yes,
Yeah.
the organization that does the legwork, so everyone knows, is Chicago Activist Coalition for Justice, like you have in CACFJ is our Facebook page, and then you'll find all of the work we have done over the years. We have the summer's coming up, so we're already launching a lot of different things and putting things out. I'll be traveling to Indianapolis because of the officer of Ken Potter, a former officer Ken Potter that was the officer that killed Dante Wright. Like
Mm.
he was in the car. She's doing a police forum formal like a panel thing. So we're going to be going down there to protest and say she's not welcome in Indianapolis, for sure. And then there's another action we're doing. We're going to Memphis, Tennessee. The Kyle Rittenhouse that murdered one of three of our activists during the time when Jacob Blake was shot in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and he came to Wisconsin, Kenosha, with his rifle and started shooting people, and he also got acquitted. So he'll be
What?
doing a panel as well. We'll be going there to protest against him there. See, so my schedule's been filling up rather quickly already. And we have this new campaign for Isaac Gulo III. We got something next week. We'll be at DuPage County to speak before the board and do a press conference there to amplify a call of action to the political leaders there to see if they can meet our demands and with a sense of urgency that it deserves. We are looking to do some, there's going to be a missing person thing, I think, next week as well for International Women here in Chicago. I've been invited to participate in that action. We'll be I'm supposed to be inviting some families out to tell their story and to share their stories about the work they have done, the trials, and then also what's new to come for them. So we're excited about that as well. So, and then not to mention the elections coming up. So I will be protesting for this coming election that's coming up. So I'll be doing a lot of things
Oh
this
yes, you got a busy schedule, so I'm gonna have to get you into putting on another marathon, a true crime marathon. So I got to get you in. You have a
it's really
schedule.
it's loading up. It's loading up, and
Oh Lord.
yeah, it's
do
loading up.
you do you travel like outside of Chicago? Like, do you go to the city? You do.
Outside
So
of
you go
Chicago,
you worldwide. You go everywhere.
I've been to Minnesota. I've been to
The
Texas.
Bronx,
I've been
Manhattan,
to huh?
like Manhattan, the Bronx, New York,
That I want to go. I for sure want to go to Manhattan in Bronx. There's a
New
family
York.
there that uh, Jason, Joshua, his uncle had an unveiling of his uncle murdered by the New York police. There, I was supposed to go
Oh,
to that unveiling, but I was not able to go due to scheduling
mm.
difficulties. But yes, I do want to go to New York and stand with those folks there and their campaigns, and to stand in solidarity with their agendas they have set forth for change. So I don't have a limit of going certain places. Wherever is injustice and wherever I'm invited, I love to attend and try to go wherever. But I'm not just secluded to Chicago. I do go other places for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One more question, and then I'll let you go.
Okay, go ahead.
There's this, but there's a lot of cases that I've been talking about. But have you been checking into the Maddie Soto case? Have you seen that?
Maddie Soto case. I have not been told about that case.
She's the 30 years old little girl who was found in the woods. Her stepfather, allegedly mother's boyfriend, had a lot of sexual video explicit on his
Oh my God.
phone. You haven't heard about that
No, I haven't
case?
heard about that story. I'm sorry. No, that it didn't come here.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah,
Yeah.
where did this happen?
Um, what is happening again, y'all? I just did this too a few times. Too many cases. Hold on. Sotos, 90 Sotos.
There's so many.
Where did this? It wasn't in Chicago though. No, you would have known if it was in
Yeah,
Chicago.
it was here for sure.
Yeah. Where did the Maddie Sotos happen again? But yeah, the stepfather was sexually abusing the little girl, 13. But we think the mother definitely knew.
Oh,
It was one.
that's the case. Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, yeah.
what's the result? What's the result of that case? Do you know?
The father got arrested. They haven't put charges on him yet. I believe they're trying to look at to see what the mother's interview and everything is just so odd.
What's the child's name?
Madeline Sodos. I'm gonna send you the thing.
Madeline Sotos.
Yeah, it's gonna pop right up. Once you put her name in, it's gonna pop right up. I just wanted to know your
Down
outlook on
for
that.
abusers arrest affidavit 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, where is this located? Oh my gosh. It's her?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's a national story. Okay.
Florida. That's right,
Huh?
Florida. Florida.
Florida?
I believe it's Florida. Is it Florida?
Uh, see, we'll go back to the main
I think it's Florida.
images. Oh, news.
Katie, where's the Maddie Solos from? Kismet for Florida. I was right, Florida.
Florida?
Thank
Oh,
you. Yeah. It just happened like a week ago. They already did her funeral.
really? Yeah, Florida. Florida
Yeah.
police agency
Yeah.
searching for Madeline a week ago.
She was missing and then they found her body in the woods.
Oh my gosh.
A stepfather, mother's boyfriend arrested, found hot, very nasty, very specific, nasty photos on his phone. Of course, he lived with the mother. She stayed with him. We're thinking that the mother knew something.
Does anybody have
But
any
looking
access
at
to the
her
family?
interview, you could definitely tell that something ain't right. She's covering her
Yeah.
body language, and that even the story doesn't even add up right what she was saying. Yeah, I was
Anybody have
wondering
any
if you
access
knew
to the
anything
family?
about that.
Does
Huh?
anybody have access to the family?
You know what's crazy? She had a memorial and no one showed up on her family, that little girl.
Are you serious?
Nobody showed up. Nobody in her family showed up. The community showed up. The church showed up.
Is this the mother?
Yep.
Yeah, she looks weird.
Yeah. No one showed up in that family for her memorial. But the community, the church, the people supporting, but not one single family member.
Wow. It's a deranged situation. So we
Yeah.
already know what it is. The whole
Yep.
family's corrupt.
Exactly. I
Okay.
thought I just wanted to run that by you to see
Yeah,
what
I
you thought
definitely I
about
want to
that.
reach out to someone. Maybe it's a church and see if I can offer some assistance there. We want to make sure that her name is getting uh, her soul has been destroyed. This young girl by
Yeah,
these
thank you.
these animals.
Yeah.
And this work that I do, I call it whenever something like this happens, whether it be missing or unsolved murder or police involved shooting or gun violence, I look at it as sacred ground that been disturbed. And my work as an advocate, as clergy, we're commanded, no matter what it is or who that person is, we're supposed to give a eulogy of a person we don't even know. So my work as an activist is giving eulogies to these souls that have been disturbed. And my job is to try to find a way to what was disturbed, to try to put it back into sacredness again, little by little,
Mm.
piece by piece. And that's only with concern, that's with advocacy, that's with being, holding others accountable to take back what one was stolen from that soul. And in that way give it back to some form of a final resting place where that soul can rest. So that
Mm.
soul can rest in peace. You see what I'm saying? So I take this work with such seriousness, with such care and concern, that sometimes I feel a little stingy at times where I don't want others to invade in my work, my mission to restore a sacred space.
I
That,
understand.
you see what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
very serious. It's very serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's sacred ground. Because
Understand.
whatever that soul went through, it's been
That's,
disturbed. It's been disturbed
that's
by
right.
police, by a predator, by gun violence, by whomever did an aggression to that soul is now become sacred. And concerned souls who are alive are commissioned now to put back to repair that space so that soul can rest. Soul's never gonna be resting when it's been disturbed like that. Never rest. It never rests.
Sad.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you so
Hey,
much.
and
And
thank you
keep
for your
doing what you're
endurance and
doing.
those who send me friend requests. Please continue to follow my work and support. It's
Peace.
not easy out here in the jungle, in the trenches. This support is really necessary, and it keeps Rabbi motivated to keep going and doing what I need to do. So thank you so much for your time.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Uh, Thank
I
you so much.
appreciate you. I hope you
Absolutely.
feel better.
Oh gosh, yeah. I feel better already.
Yeah. Aw, okay. Have a blessed night.
All right, you too. Thank you so much. All right,
Okay.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank everyone for joining. That was so, so good. I really appreciate his work. I've been following him for a while, as you can see. Wow. He's so passionate, so driven, and that's what I like. That's the type of person that I like to connect myself around, connect myself with. A person that's so driven and passionate like that about these victims. You know what I mean? No bullshit. You know, it's really good. Really, really good. I got a lot out of it. I hope you did too. I hope you follow his platform. I hope you support his page. Please share this video also, because I really want others to know his work. I do share his videos on TikTok and YouTube, YouTube, Facebook. Any chance I get, I share his videos, so yeah, and we always stay in contact through private messenger and stuff like that. He's a really good guy. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate him. So once again, thank him so much. I really appreciate you, and continue to strive and work hard as you do. And it's amazing that he takes time out with his family, and you know he knows how to stable his life, which is good. We all need that time out too, you know. So everyone, I hope you got a lot out of this. I know I did. I hope you enjoyed the content, and have a blessed, blessed, blessed day. I will be now doing a thumbnail for just a mini interview for We Are Cody's Voice for tomorrow at 5. So I'm going to get that ready. She's going to give us an update on what happened in the court. So I'm going to do the thumbnail, have your notifications up, and then we have my other channel tomorrow at 7:30. So from 5 o'clock tomorrow, after We Are Cody's Voice, my little mini interview with her, we will be going into my other channel. Okay. Please keep both channel notifications on, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a blessed night. Bye. Justice for all.
you.